"Well, indeed," said Biddlecombe, and for a moment he could think of nothing more to add. "It seems we're to witness a prodigious amount of history this season. The beginning of American independence and the end of it, all in the space of 2 months." Fitzgerald nodded. "It would seem so. But surely there is something that can be done. Must the army just wait here to be overrun? We will fight, of course, and hope for the opportunity to break out. But as it stands, we are surrounded by the British and the Hessians in the front, and water behind and on either flank." The mention of water made Biddlecombe brighten. It was his element, and the thought of its proximity gave him a spark of optimism, as baseless as it might be. "Of course. Why do you not just ferry the men back to Manhattan? There are no men of war in the river to stop you now, nor can there be as long as this wind holds northeasterly. Glover's regiment from Marblehead is here, is it not? They should be more than able to handle the boats." "Ah, therein lies the rub, as the old boy said," Fitzgerald replied, leaning back in his chair. "We've but a half-dozen boats. Less, actually, I believe. Those boatmen were hired to bear the army over, fled with their precious boats at the first sign of fighting. We had considered an evacuation, and we would do it gladly, but for want of boats." Biddlecombe frowned and stared into the flame. "You have searched along the island, I presume, and on Manhattan?" "We have. We have hired every boat there is for hire." "Half a dozen." Biddlecombe felt his thoughts wandering, sailing out across the black, rain-swept harbour. To most it was a frightening and dangerous place, but to him it was a sanctuary. On the water one could not become trapped as easily as one could on land. On the water there was always some place to run, and once clear of the constricting land one could circle the globe on the contiguous seas. But those thoughts would not save the army of the United States. It seemed that nothing would, save for boats. And the irony of the thing was that there were boats aplenty, hundreds of boats, not above 8 miles away. Unfortunately, they were British, part of the great armada of Staten Island, and anchored in Gowanus Bay. He glanced down at his coat, blue with white facings and cuffs, and his white waistcoat and breeches, now quite splattered with mud. It had not occurred to him until that moment that his outfit was all but identical to that of a lieutenant in the Royal Navy. Certainly on a night such as this, there would be no distinguishing the two. He felt the first stirrings of an idea, the telltale tingling on the soles of his feet. "It occurs to me, Major, that perhaps there are more boats to be had," he said, before he had given any thought to the words. "Pray, Captain, go on," said Fitzgerald, leaning forward. "We might save the entire army but for want of boats." "So I shall once again rescue the fine Mr. Fitzgerald, shall I?" Biddlecombe thought. He pictured his friend Fitzgerald in slavering gratitude, and the image was warm and gratifying. "Well, sir, it occurs to me that there are a great number of boats to be had among the British fleet. It wants only a good, big boat of our own, well manned with sailors, which are to be had in abundance from Colonel Glover's men."